He's got some great stock picks for us in industrials, telecom, tech, just to name a few. So first, let's get your market outlook. As we're hitting some highs, we're kicking off a new year. Volatility is obviously expected. What are you watching for?
You know, it's funny. This year we saw that China was taken off the currency manipulator list, and that's setting up new highs for all the markets. And the markets right now are digesting also corporate earnings. We're also seeing some zero corporate rate increases, but we're looking for that to go higher. You know, so obviously you're not going to have zero forever in terms of corporate earnings. Some of them have been bad, some of them have been good. But more importantly right now is consumer confidence has continued. We're not seeing any big drivers to take this market down in any one direction. We are looking at about 17 indicators at any given time to see, is there something disaster du jour per se?
Right.
But we're not seeing that per se at this moment.
We're likely to see a melt up than what you're saying, some sort of catalyst to move to the downside.
Correct. You know, we're seeing a lot of positive indicators versus the negative indicators at this
Right, right. And earnings, do you think that earnings will be improved year over year? I mean, that's the expectation.
Well, we're at zero. Of course,
right?
Well,
they could be worse. I mean, there are some people who think that, things are slower than we think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But we're also seeing some projections about 9.2, 9.4% that we saw in the Wall Street Journal with some companies today. So that could very well happen with a pro median anywhere between 6.4 to 7%.
I wanted to get to some of your picks in the different industries, starting with telecom, where you have Verizon and at&t. Verizon, over 1 year, really hasn't done much. It's relatively flat. at&t is known for a lot of buybacks. They're both dividend payers. So why telecom?
Well, let's take them both at the same time, because Verizon has about 1.5% growth last year. We're not seeing a bunch from there, but where the opportunity is the growth is in the 5G platform.
Right.
Same thing with at&t. at&t had more than 20% growth last year, but what we're seeing for both these stocks is if any gains in the 5G area start to occur, they are going to be direct beneficiaries. Verizon also has the what I call the underbelly or the network. So all these different providers are using the Verizon network to, and they receive royalties and licenses from there. And so they're making money from
still
that.
Huge subscribers and
good dividend deals.
And good dividend. I mean, I know they have new FiOS pricing, but that's really, obviously, Verizon's still a monster. What about Alibaba and 58.com in your sort of tech picks?
Yeah, it's funny. They do anywhere from if you're renting something out, because Alibaba obviously is more known like the eBay, and 58.com is more like the Craigslist. So you might, if you're buying a car, you might use 58.com. Huge in terms of 50+% return on investment last year. We're seeing something incredible because they're going into different markets there, New York, San Francisco. So for argument's sake, if I go and buy a headset, wireless headset, I'm getting it directly from the China. I might be using those channels to purchase that particular headset. So that's another income generator for them. I may not necessarily be using them directly, but whoever's providing that particular product or solution is most certainly might be using those outlets, those tools.
Right. And we had your honorable mention up there too, Microsoft. And Microsoft got some positive comments from the analysts today. In fact, a Credit Suisse calling it an outperform and putting a new price target. 180 is the new price target. And it's been a winner, right? 1 year, it's up about 60%, but you still like Microsoft for the long term.
You know what? Microsoft has a stranglehold on its competition right now. And in spite of what's been happening in Europe and in the Far East, we're still seeing this company as a mega player in their space. They have great growth, great revenue, and that hasn't changed. So we're looking for it to go up another 26 to 30% this year to date. Yeah,
that's double. I mean, that's not even double digits. 26 to 30%.
Yeah,
so
we're real aggressive on the stock.
Big moves on that. Yeah. Wow, that's. I mean, somebody would be.
But it's still an honorable mention. It's not
right. People would be happy with 10%. You also have an industrial name name. The ticker symbol's AME, Amtech. This goes into the industrial category. Why did you select this one?
This is believe it or not, even though it's industrial, it's a technology play because they do the monitoring devices for gas, for oil, electric, so these are vital components that
good economy, bad economy.
Yeah, they're going to make
money. You just need that sort of thing.
Yeah, and they made a decent amount. Their return on investment last year was over 40%. They are a necessary component. So this is something you will have to have, and you're going to make some decent money on it because of that fact.